We are starting with modifying the automatically inserted level and its height. In the Project Manager window, we right-click the name of the level we want to modify, selecting its properties and changing the overall height to 300 centimeters. Just to remind you, a level height is calculated from the upper edge of the subfloor below the defined level to the upper edge of the subfloor above the defined level. Flooring is not included in the level height. Now let's create the floor on the ground. To do this, we move to the Ceilings ribbon and select Ground Floor. It has been automatically added under All Rooms. Now we can move to defining other rooms. We click a room's description and enter its properties. We start with the room's name. If we select a name from the list, the temperature and illumination parameters will be modified automatically. It is necessary if we want to export the project to other programs in order to calculate an energy performance audit or estimate intensity of illumination. If some room name is missing from the list, we can enter it, but then we should also define manually the temperature and illumination data. In the Type Parameters panel, we have floor layers. Ground floor is composed of two parts, the subfloor and the flooring. We will add another layer in order to insulate the floor. The layer is automatically added at the bottom, so we have to use the blue up arrow to move the layer up to the right position. If we want to change the material, we can start by typing the beginning of its name. It will make it easier for us to find in the vast library. We are defining the thickness of a given layer. The floor thickness is calculated automatically and includes the layers that are situated below the lower floor edge. It means that the total thickness of the finishing layer is 14.9 centimeters. It is good to memorize it in order to later add this value to the windowsill height and threshold height while inserting windows and doors. We are still going to change the upper layer. As it is in the kitchen floor that we are defining, we will insert Grès tiles. The defined floor layers can be saved to the room type. If we save the room type to the global library, we will be able to use it in consecutive projects. If we keep it only in the project library, the room will be available only in this document after each reopening. We confirm and repeat the routine in all subsequent rooms. To show another color scheme on the floor, it is enough to select the room and then select the texturing option by clicking the surface button. We can select any texture from any place on the computer, but once it is set, we can't move it or modify its name because the program remembers the path to the selected file. If we have the same floor in the next rooms, we can select it from the project library instead of defining it. We will follow the same procedure for other rooms. In the case of the garage, its floor may be situated below the bottom boundary of the level. This is why we're moving the floor layers in order to place all of them below the wall edge. Of course, the upper layer can be modified too. If we add such a floor to the global and/or project library, we will be able to use it in subsequent rooms and projects. We are going to change the room's name. It can be selected from the global library and then modified, although the temperature is assigned automatically. It is advisable to save the floor at least to the project library in order to be able to use it again for another room. The floor in this room can be modified without entering its properties. It is enough to select the name and then a room type from the library where it was saved in the action bar.